Welcome to the Biggs and Twig Podcast Show.
I don't know why it's looping.
The Biggs and Twig Podcast Show.
The intro song's looping. I don't know why it's looping. Oh, 1 second. The intro song's looping. Oh my god. It's kind of embarrassing. Oh, jeez. Wow. I had the audio on the actual cast. I'm watching the cast and had the audio up.
Here, man. Nothing but amateurs here.
Welcome to the podcast, everyone. I hope you really thoroughly enjoyed the intro song. You heard it 8 times, and it was definitely too much. But go ahead, take it away, Tony.
All right. Hey, yo, guys. How's everybody doing tonight? This is the Biggs and Twig podcast show. We'll just say, once again, the Biggs and Twig show. My name is Tony Basucci, a.k.a. Tony Twig. I have with me the guy who loves to play Binding of Isaac so much that he spent 80 hours and still dies on the first level.
Hey, guys, that's me. I'm Poots on Noobs, a.k.a. Matt. Thanks for watching. I'm the technical aspect that's running this whole thing. So, again, I apologize for the multiple loops. I was so excited for the podcast that I was watching myself and I had the audio turned up very high. That way you guys could thoroughly enjoy that tune that I made. So, appreciate it.
That's cool, man. That's cool. No worries. Then I also have with me Cold Zero Jeff, the guy hashing zombies with that samurai sword, and when in doubt, just throws a Molotov cocktail. Jeff, how you doing, man?
How's it going, everybody? I'm good. And tonight, I think I need to be called the champ after winning last week's challenge that was.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
I hold the belt. So
He holds the belt.
I hold the belt.
By a mere, what was it, like half a point? He squeaked by, but he has the belt right there on his shoulder.
Let me ask you a quick question.
Yes, sir.
I'm not trying to be a dick, but does that belt fit?
My
It's
son,
not
yes,
about-
it does. It fits my son.
It wouldn't fit my thigh, is what I'm getting at.
Hey,
It's
man,
Velcro.
it's not-
Does that help?
Go ahead, man. Go. Uh-oh. We got a little technical difficulty there.
On who? What's going on? Tony?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here. Was I skipping out?
No, you're fine.
No, you sounded good.
Alright.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's
All right,
go.
I'm going to lay the belt down. It's real gold. It's real heavy, so
Yeah,
I don't wanna-
put it down.
I want to hurt the wing right now.
Don't wear yourself out too quick. All right, so how we doing this week, guys? What are you guys into? What are we playing? Matt, how you doing? What are you playing?
You know, it's
Still
funny.
messing around?
Yeah, I've kind of had to take a little bit of a break from Isaac, although it's very fun. Listening to the tears splashing on the ground for
Are they your tears or
ridiculous-
are they Isaac's tears.
Isaac's tears. I mean, sometimes that's my tears when I get all the way to the end and I ended up dying. But I had to take a little bit of a break. I actually was playing a lot of Gary's Mod, all facets of the game. I was, you could sit there and play the terrorist in town, and you can do the murder type game. But the creative mode, the amount of mods that are out there, I played that with my kids for hours. It was endless entertainment. We'll say that.
Jeff, what about you, man? You still hacking away at those zombies?
I am playing Dying Light, and I'm also juggling a little bit of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I had a guy, a buddy of mine, also pick up an Xbox One, so not wanting to play Call of Duty, but to hang out with a buddy, you got to do things you don't really want to do. So that's where I'm at with that. But yeah, Dying Light.
I'm here with Matt, so I know how you feel.
Oh,
Nah, go ahead, Dying Light, man. I've been watching you. I've been watching you on your stream, playing a lot of Dying Light, playing hacking up those zombies, like I said, with the samurai sword, throwing those Molotovs. You look like you're loving it, man.
It's a really good game. I'm only halfway through it, and the storyline surprised me a lot of how good it was. How it is so far. I can't get enough of it. And I got people that just purchased the game that now we are helping them with their storyline to get us up to where we're at. So it gets kind of monotonous doing the same thing over because you just want to keep playing from where you're at. But
And if anyone missed his stream, there was a hilarious moment where he was trying to chase after the zombie. He thought the zombie was coming to kill him, and the zombie decided to turn and run away. And the interesting aspect of it was it ran into a fence, and it was literally just running to the fence and running and running and running. And I was dying laughing. It was so hilarious. And then the next thing you know, it just warped through the fence and just was gone. So there's some aspects of the game that still need to work out.
well, yeah, and that zombie was in the safe zone where the zombies are not even supposed to be. So I walk up to it, it wouldn't do nothing. It would growl at you, but it wouldn't hit me. And yeah, he just warped right through. It was funny.
Good times.
Yeah, it is. Who made the game? Who's the guy what's the company?
I
made the
know
game.
Warner Brothers, one of them. Well, Warner Brothers.
So it's not Ubisoft. All right, it's not that big of a deal then.
Yeah. Man, I'm hearing that it's hard to hear me and Tony out there in the stream.
In the stream.
I don't know what you got on that end of it.
Well, we'll try to speak up a little bit. So playing Call of Duty, man, like I said before, like I said last week, I love the let's try to talk here. The movement on that. I'm a little laggy after last night with my marathon stream that I did, but yeah, we'll talk about what I was playing this week. I played a little bit of Evolve. I know it came out last week, and I wanted to see what it was like. So I went out and I rented it just for a little bit. Like I was saying, I'm not big into the competitive shooters, but I wanted to see what it was like, and it kind of tied into this week what we're going to be talking about. But I played Evolve, and it's good. I enjoy it. But there's moments in it where, like, I can see what they're trying to get at, and if anybody was out there watching the stream, and if you missed it, you can always go check us out on Twitch and just look at what we've been doing. But the thing about Evolve is I think the concept of what they were trying to do with it, they didn't think it all the way through. Like, you have a fire team, and they're attacking one objective, which is the monster, but they split it up. They segregate everybody's, what they're doing between the medic, the support, the assault, and the trapper so much that there's too much diversity, and there's not enough intermingling. So if one guy goes down, that's it. That monster's going to win. And it's too easy for the monster to, once he evolves up to stage 3, to just rock every one of the hunters. So, like I said, we'll talk a little bit more about that later. And then, of course, last night, the marathon run with the Order 1886, it came out yesterday. And I did a complete playthrough from start to beginning in one session all night long. That game, one heck of a story.
Yeah, and if I had to comment on that watching you, it was so interesting to watch the different aspects of the game. However, for me, the highlight was there were 3 guys standing there, and the guy was talking to you about strategically trying to take these guys out, and you literally just was like, I'm going to throw the grenade at their feet. And he threw the grenade at their feet, and they just blew up, and that took care of that issue at that point. So, loved it.
When
It's a good
down,
game.
just tossing a frag grenade, and that'll be it. But no, it was great. It was a great story, definitely. I loved. There was a lot of tropes in there, typical tropes. I was sitting there guessing. I mean, you guys watch it. Oh, this guy's a vampire. This guy's that. I mean, I knew exactly where that story was going. But at the same time, even though I knew where the story was going, I was enjoying the ride, and the ride was really good. The game looks good. It plays smooth. There's a lot of interesting gunplay in there. They have the whole steampunk aspect going on. Overall, I would say I would give the game on a typical 10 scale, maybe like a 7.5, just because there's not too much depth, but it's still a 7.5. It's still a fun game to play. A good ride.
Now that's a lot higher than what other people. I've heard 5.5 is the going rate on that.
I did, and I think that they're trying to match the gameplay hours to the score there.
Right.
But I'm
that
not
makes
a professional
sense.
critic. I'm not a professional critic. So, and once you get that level.
At the
Go
dollar
ahead.
per minute, though, you got to look at it. You're buying an entertainment piece. You go to the movies, it's X amount of dollars for a 2 hour segment. If you beat a game in say 5, 6, 7 hours, and you pay 60, compared to other games like H1Z1 where you can put 300 hours in that easily for $20. That's
Right. It's where do you get the value out of the game for the dollar that you paid for the game? I mean, again, on this cast, you might hear me beating a dead horse here, but I paid, I think when Steam had it on sale, $10 for Binding of Isaac, and I have almost 150 hours loaded into that game. I feel like I get my value. Now, if you pay $60 for a game, you can't stand it, and you play maybe 20 hours of it, the dollar value there seems to kind of not go in the favor of the game. So, do you feel like, Tony, that you got the value out of the game that you were looking for?
I mean, it being like a Sony pet project, it's all it's exclusive to PlayStation 4. I think they could adjust the price a little bit better, but at the same time, that's the market value of the games. I don't think it was worth $60. It would have been a great, maybe the Nintendo way of things when they have first party stuff, they put it out at $40. They just had Kirby and the Rainbow Curse come out. It was $40. Treasure Toad was $40. Like those type of games when it's mainstream Nintendo, they're usually around that price. So price wise, I don't think the amount of content that was there
Right.
was sufficient for the price. But at the same time, like I said, I enjoyed the ride. So I think it was $60 worth spending for the ride. I'm gonna go trade it in and get a little bit of money off of that to go towards Bloodborne or something like that. Bloodborne's coming up, and
it seems like it's $60 for the game, but the ability to be able to trade it in might offset the value a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
When I buy games on Steam, that's it. I own the game. I don't know if actually trading the game onto anyone else, but I'm pretty sure since it's all digital, once you buy the game, you own the game. There's no way to actually re-gift it or to move it along to somebody else. So the fact that you bought the game and you're able to still get some money to offset another game doesn't make it $60 in my opinion. But when you talk about how long it took for you to beat that game, to go from start to finish and complete the game, it kind of sounds more like a Metal Gear, the last Metal Gear game that came out. That game was what, $20 and took about
30.
$30, took about the same amount of time. Maybe that's what they should have done. I don't know. Other than the aspects that I watched, I didn't play the game. So
one thing I could say that it's a relief to see these games starting to come out now that are next gen worthy, that look like they should be next gen.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that game just looked amazing all the way through. So I mean, is that worth the extra money? I can't. I don't know. You can't really put a value, or I would say a good rating on a game just because of the cost of the number of hours, if the content was good enough to be a $60 game, or a 5.5, rather a 7.
And that's where the critics, they always, I mean, they've been doing it for so long that they're always going to be at a point where, they're going to see one side or the other as if it's a value thing or if it's a content depth or how much time it is, and they're always going to have that skew their personal opinion. But like for me, you got to be a smart gamer nowadays. You have to be a smart gamer. You have to understand where to buy it digitally, when not to buy it digitally. I knew I wasn't going to sit here. There's no multiplayer. There's no big DLC that came out with it. Do your research.
right.
Like look about what about that game that you're going to like. If it's a online multiplayer game and you're going to sit there and play it forever and forever, then go ahead and buy it digitally. That's what I did with Destiny, But as far as like an action game like this that I'm just going to play maybe once and that's it, I'm not going to buy it digitally. I'm going to get more value by buying it physical and then trading it in and have that money go towards, whatever. So when I go to trade it in, I'm going to get what, $30, $35. So really, I didn't spend $60. I spent $30, $25, whatever I get out of it to play the game. So is $25 worth it to play this game? Absolutely. And that's how I look at it.
Looking at it like that, yeah.
And then that's what you got to be, man. You got to be a smart gamer nowadays. Everybody out there in Twitch, you're trying to cut it. You're trying to, do the best you can with the least amount, so you gotta be able to think about what you're doing and make good choices.
Now, would you
Yes.
recommend that better as a rental opposed to buying? I mean, I know what you're doing. You're saving some money, but a $5, $6 rental.
Oh yeah,
know,
absolutely. I mean, I beat it in one night, and I
Right.
would have rented it. I would have rented it if they would have had it. But I wanted to do it for the stream. I wanted to have some new content for us. So I was like, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna buy it. I know I'm gonna spend $60 on it, but I'm gonna trade it right back in. So I'm gonna really only be spending like $25 worth
Right,
spending to put content out for the show and whatnot. Absolutely, So no problems there. But what have you guys been speaking of Twitch, what have you guys been looking at on Twitch this past week? What have you guys been watching out there? Matt, what have you been watching?
I've been watching a lot of the CSGO charity tournament. There was a lot of stuff going on for the Face It TV. Very competitive gameplay. Had all the top teams playing this week, and it didn't disappoint. A lot of the teams. I watched NIP. They just ran the table on a couple of the teams that they played against, and they ended up doing really, really well throughout the tournament. Didn't get to see the conclusion, which is kind of like masturbation without the payoff, but
Yeah.
other than that, it was a pretty good tournament to say the least.
Hey, you know
Now,
what they say
Matt-
about masturbation, right? You're just fucking yourself.
Yeah.
Hey. Now, Matt, with CS:GO, now with big on Twitch, just a lot of people's not streaming Call of Duty no more, and they're moving to CS:GO. Do you think this is where CS:GO and other games actually outdo Call of Duty?
Well, the surprising thing is CSGO came out, I think, 2004? It's proof that if you make a solid game and you don't recycle the same shit over and over and over, and you have good quality product, that people are going to stick to it. They're going to love it. They're going to enjoy it. And then they can build a community around it. People play CSGO more now than I've ever seen before. It's not a game for me because I'm not good with mouse and keyboard, but I love watching it. I can name countless streamers that I watch that play CSGO on a regular basis. And I thoroughly watch them because of the fact that it's very competitive. There's proof to prevent cheating. There's other aspects of the game that make it a very clear and concise game that you have to be a skilled player in order to do it, and it's enjoyable to watch.
I've watched big Call of Duty streamers, they're making that convert over. And I see CS:GO, right now it's PC only. I know there's an Xbox 360 version of CS:GO. Now, I hope the movement to next gen consoles is the next thing. The way I feel about Call of Duty right now is
It's Call of Duty. It's the same.
It
thing
is.
over and over.
Don't get me wrong, Advanced Warfare, it was a lot. I love the concept. I just can't stand the matchmaking, and then the whole God mode thing now, where people are doing reverse stats to be able to play against lower ranked people. And
Right. Yeah.
and those are the only ones on Twitch right now that you see with high viewer count on Twitch, is the guys that have these accounts that are getting ridiculous kill streaks because they're playing on this basically a
account.
cheated
Yeah.
account.
Yeah, and that's why you see guys like Pooty, right? You've been watching Pooty this week, right, Jeff? What has he been playing?
Booty's my man. Booty, actually, he's been playing Modern Warfare 3. I see some Modern Warfare 2 in there. Obviously, he skipped Ghost. But, Pooty, if anyone gets out there, Pooty33, a little bit lower viewer counts on Pooty, but, man, he is entertaining. That's who I watch 90% of the time when he's on. Just the entertainment value with Pooty is just phenomenal.
You get the entertainment value. I love that guy.
Oh yeah, that guy.
He has endless energy. He's just great. He started this new thing. I don't know if you guys got to catch it, because I know you both watch him. Is he does stream hop. He does it Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. He does it for the first 2 hours of his stream. And basically what he does is he goes around and just views other streams. And him and his chat actually give like a star rating of what they feel, with the entertainment value, the commentary, and they just bounce around. It's actually a good time because, I mean, honestly, he'd make an excellent announcer because he's just full of energy and funny. I mean, the stuff he comes up with says, it's just like, what the hell is a biscuit wheel?
Yeah.
And he just throws it out there. You're just like thinking to yourself, that is so funny, but what the hell is a biscuit wheel?
Yeah.
Do you know what a biscuit wheel is? I don't know what a biscuit
I have no
wheel
clue,
is.
but the chat agrees that Pooty is very funny.
Oh, yeah.
Pooty is good.
Pooty's
Pooty 33. Yeah, I love Pooty. Tony, what have you been watching?
Oh man, I don't know why. I always have this. I wish I knew how to play RTSs. So there was the World Series game, StarCraft, this week for StarCraft 2. So I was watching that. I'm like, I don't know how these guys sit here and play this game, but I tried to play Warhammer back in the day. I tried to play StarCraft, and I love the thought of it, but I can't move like they move, man. Like the way they can think out and plan stuff, it's amazing. So I kind of get wrapped up in that, and I'm staring at it. Pooty, of course. But I caught this other guy this week, Cobalt Streak. He's a Binding of Isaac streamer since Matt there's been playing a lot of Isaac. And this guy right now, I believe he is on a 74, 75-0 streak with Eden on Binding of Isaac. So
that's just ridiculous. I couldn't go 74 streak if I had the best character.
I have an 84. I have an 84 streak. 84 deaths.
84.
Yeah, 84. Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, wow.
84 deaths.
I've watched a couple players that were pretty, I would say, high quality players in that game, and it's impressive to the things that they know how to do in order to kind of up their chances that they don't lose a red heart, so they get to deal with the Devil Room, which again just gives them an extra item. The fact that he went that many in a row is just staggering to me.
Yeah, and that just watching his stream a few times, dude, I picked up on so many things that I've upped my game in Isaac. I mean, I'm still dying, but I'm not dying as much.
Right.
I'm getting a little bit further, and that's the great thing about Twitch, man. And, you sit there and you watch somebody, you learn a little trick here or there.
Yep, exactly.
Apply it to your game, and then advance. And that's the great thing about this community, definitely. So what are you guys looking at this week as far as like TV and whatnot? You guys been watching anything else other than Twitch? We got Twitch.tv. What about real TV? We have the Oscars today. I really don't give two shits about the Oscars, but I know there's a couple.
Missed it.
Yeah, I know there's a couple of good movies coming up, but
dude, let me just tell you, Vikings started this week. Amazing. The series alone is just excellent quality. To me, it's not quite Game of Thrones. I'm a big fan of the Game of Thrones series, but Vikings is the next best thing. It's top quality entertainment. You feel like when you're watching that show that you just want to just grow your beard out and be a man. You guys know about that?
Well,
what's a beard?
I try to grow my beard out.
But
I got to shave it off once a month.
The story keeps you guessing. It's always violent, which is something I like.
I don't like violence.
Okay. But yeah, other than that, the Vikings, I mean, it's kind of rhetorical, but if you're not watching it, please watch it because it's just an amazing show. What about you, Jeff? What have you been watching?
I've been binging Gotham. Gotham is honestly
binging.
Binging, yeah, is that a word?
Yeah. No, it is a word, but the fact that you're not caught up makes me sad.
Well, the problem, I got that. I got
so I get more
Walking
to drink.
Dead. Then there's video games, the occasional comic reading.
Plus, you got to talk with your family eventually.
I don't even remember who they are. But Gotham, it's a good twist on the Batman series.
I've been kind of antsy about it, man, because it's not Batman, but it is Batman.
Whoa. The reason why it's so good is if you watch the movies or if you watched, or say, read any of the comics, it's kind of like the backstory of Batman. I mean, Bruce Wayne. I mean, he's a kid in this when he. So you start seeing the characters come alive as far as Penguin, and you see how they evolve into where they are in present day. Per se.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you see you got Batwoman. You don't know that that's exactly who it is, but you have a feeling that.
Did you say
that's who it's
Batwoman?
involved.
Yeah, it's Batgirl.
It's Catwoman, I think this is
Catwoman?
what he's looking for.
It's all right, man. Go carry on.
Maybe I need to read
Head
one.
hung in shame.
I did the marathon run last night, not you. Well, you did watch me till pretty late. So, all right, so go on, continue. Gotham.
No, I'm done.
No, I'm done. Hands thrown up. He's done.
That's it.
No. I mean, and he's completely
You guys are
right.
going home.
It's one of those things where when you watch that series, there's a when we grew up in the 80s, so we're so used to the same story that's been beaten to death every time about Bruce Wayne and the development of Batman. But it always starts out that Bruce Wayne's parents were murdered, and then the next thing you know, he's a badass millionaire with everything given to him. Well, this story kind of starts back in the middle of that. It develops a lot of the characters. Don't mind my cat in the background, by the way. It's fucking crazy. Anyways,
Yeah.
um,
All right, so I got a question. Would you
Is
guys
that Catwoman
prefer?
you were talking about?
Yeah, Catwoman, right there you go.
they're busting my balls during the cast.
Are we gonna look at Michael Keaton Batman or Dark Knight Batman? Like
Keaton.
Keaton?
Yeah.
Yeah. All this
Okay.
new stuff sounds like the dude sounds like he's extremely constipated. He hasn't had a prune juice in probably 3 years, and he needs some
Was there
laxatives.
tight ass in it.
It's like, I want to
So,
fight you,
do you
but I can't unclench my
Kilmer?
butt cheeks.
Do you prefer Kilmer over Dark Knight?
Of course, man. Like I said, a product of the 80s and 90s. I mean, that's just what it is. Give me Jack
Even,
Nicholson. Give me Jim
so
Carrey.
Even,
So,
even the Arnold
Jim
Schwarzenegger.
Carrey as the Joker is honestly the best
Yeah.
character you could get.
No.
I was him one Halloween.
Oh
didn't
no!
play.
You don't know Matt's
This is the video
infatuation
game.
with the Joker. He used to do riddles and all that. Were you
That's the
as
Riddler.
Riddler for Halloween?
I was the Riddler for Halloween. Riddle me this, riddle me that.
Give me a riddle.
Who's afraid of my big black cock?
Whoa!
Ah,
I think the riddle is we got to figure out how it got black.
frostbite. Anyways,
Oh,
sorry guys, our ADD is kicking in. So Tony,
Yeah.
what have you been watching?
I haven't been watching anything. I watched.
I mean,
some-
let me-
I
let me-
watched
let me
some
clarify what I-
Survivor before we came on here.
Let me clarify. Between your narcoleptic episodes, what have you?
Which
What have you
surprised me with the long cast last night. I so wanted him to fall asleep during his stream last
I
night.
could.
It's so funny because in the same week, Tony falls asleep at 7 p.m. to miss
Yeah.
our weekly meeting, but then he casts till like 3 in the morning. Few days later.
Priorities, man.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to be there for the high level stuff, but
yeah, he could do the long stream because he had a long nap.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly, man. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know, man. But I'm interested in Chappie. I love that type of movie. It really it makes me feel like it's another Short Circuit. You guys remember Short Circuit back in the day?
Who don't who don't remember Short Circuit that's as old as
Dude.
us?
Yeah.
Short Circuit was the movie.
High five,
Even the second
alive.
one, even though the second one wasn't good,
There was a second one?
There was a second one. Yeah, I didn't even.
It was a two. It
It
was.
must have been
I
that
don't know.
bad.
I accepted
like
the dream of Mambo number 5 or whatever the fuck his name was, and I moved on. I didn't watch the second episode.
Johnny number
Johnny
five.
Five. Is
Johnny-
alive.
Johnny Five.
Sorry, I thought they made a song Mambo 5.
Johnny
I don't
Five's
know.
alive.
You just said Mumbo 5. Isn't that a song?
Well, I don't want to start singing it, copyright and shit.
Yeah.
Well, your obscure song references are just out there, man. But Chappie looks great. I'm probably gonna go see that within the first week that it comes out. I'll let you guys know what it's like. But yeah, it really reminds me of Short Circuit. So I'm an
The
80s
only
kid.
thing I don't understand with Chappie is basically he doesn't really know anything. He's a robot. Can't you just hook him to a computer and be like, okay, yeah, this is what a watch is? And then you have to explain everything to him? I don't know. Maybe I'm looking into it a little more than
that's
what I
the thing.
should.
That's the thing about it. He's artificial intelligence that learns himself. So the more he learns, the more he figures things out. And it kind of it's that that next shift in the future. Are we going to see AI that's able to think about itself and start to self-replicate? So it's kind of like on that side, but it harkens back to little Johnny Five there, and
Johnny
it looks like
Five alive.
Johnny Five is alive. So I mean that's pretty cool, and we got the Chappie thing for the Evolve, the Chappie challenge with Evolve. Why don't we
What
just,
is that exactly? I didn't. I'm sad. I didn't look at. I know there was there was a YouTuber that was Twitch streaming about the challenge today, and I went to watch, but I actually forgot about it.
it's big on Twitch right now, but it's I think it's $15,000. I think you either fight Chappie or you fight with Chappie, and it's just a contest to drum up viewership.
So is Chappie not a good guy?
I don't really buy it either. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. So, but I'm excited.
Classic Tony Vasucci.
Tony Vasucci, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Little Tony T agrees with me.
And while we're on the topic of movies, did either one of you guys watch the movie Lucy?
No, I haven't yet. Have you?
It's kind of along the same lines of
She took that Limitless pill and
Limitless. Yes, it's along the lines of Limitless. And I was watching it.
Movie.
I love Limitless, right?
Limitless.
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, it's right up there with.
Anyways,
all right, go ahead.
I was watching Lucy, and it was the same kind of feel, like, oh, she's building all this power. I felt like the ending was just straight crap. It was like, oh, intergalactic space, and she starts going like this, and she's just like DVR fucking life, just, dinosaurs? Nah, fuck that. We're going back more. It got really weird at the end. I didn't know if either one of you saw, but I loved it up until that point, until she started DVR in the world.
Did you watch Interstellar?
That sounds like some shit.
See, Interstellar was great too. I'm a big science guy, dude. I love science, but it was great. It had a lot of good science in it. But at the end, once again, it got a little weird.
A little hairy, huh?
I think that's just a Hollywood thing, man. They have to. I don't know how to wrap it up. All right, let's fucking throw it in space and call it a day. Yeah, that's what they do. But yeah,
I did catch Goonies today.
Did you
watch part of Goonies? You cannot not watch Goonies when it's on.
If Goonies is on TV, you might as well just go pop some popcorn and sit right back down, because you're gonna be sitting for 2 hours to watch the Goonies.
I don't care if it's commercials or not. I'm watching it.
The best part was when I watched that movie with my 10-year-old, and he's sitting there saying, "Dad, I'm kind of like Data." I'm like, "Oh, you don't invent anything." So
booty traps or
booty traps. He's all about the booty traps.
I said booty traps. Oh
I
man!
did. Oh wait a minute.
Slick shoes, man. Slick shoes. Gotta love it.
Slick shoes.
So anything else on the news or anything you guys been looking at this week?
The news.
Yeah, we got E3 coming up. A lot of people are kind of forecasting what's going out there. Bethesda has a big thing in E3 that they're gonna do. They're finally gonna do their own. What do they call it? I can't even think right now. My brain's still fried from the marathon run.
E3.
Not so much. Not a panel. No.
No. Their own show, like how like Sony does their own, and
Yeah. They're gonna have their own
like
event.
EA,
at E3.
yeah, EA does their own stuff. So, Bethesda.
Why does EA do it?
Because they're a big.
I mean, you talk about a company that rewashes stuff. I mean, yeah, we're going to see the new soccer, we're going to see new football, and whatever Battlefield's doing. And I don't even watch those anymore.
If Bethesda doesn't come out and say, "Hey guys, we're going to offer Skyrim 2," I don't want to hear it.
Well, they kind of are. They're going to put out the new Fallout. Everybody's saying that. Everybody's saying the new Fallout, which
Fallout
I'm super
4?
stoked about. Yeah. I'm a big Bethesda fan, man. I love. I got a confession though.
Uh-oh.
Lay it on us.
Matt, cue the music.
What do you think? What do you think I'm about to say? I'm a huge Bethesda fan, but
You're a lesbian.
I'm not going to deny or confirm that.
Sorry, I thought you liked ladies, but go ahead.
But no, I've played every Elder Scrolls game, but haven't beat every Elder Scrolls game. Once again, I
This is your
Full-
mantra, though.
full-
You can't
full,
escape the
Tony
deniable
Versucci.
fact that out of the if you had
Haven't beat any
100
Final
games to
Fantasy
play,
game, haven't really beaten any
right?
Bethesda game.
If you had 100
I'm-
games to play, you would beat two of
they're sitting on
them.
they're sitting on my Steam account right now, and I still.
You'd beat two
That's
of
why I
them, and
bought
you
it.
would binge play them to beat them. The
Yeah.
Order is a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing with like
It's,
we'll say
if it's 5
Skyrim.
hours. Yeah. Go ahead.
Skyrim is such a huge game. I can't tell you the number of hours I logged in Skyrim, and I know I've never beat it because it's like I don't want the story to end yet. Someone do some side
Exactly.
quests, but then I push the story off so long, then it's like, okay, I lose interest in the game now. And then I could go back later and say, okay, I'm going to play it, but I never do. I mean,
Right.
Skyrim was a wonderful game for me
I think-
personally.
Yeah, I think this year, once I get my my good comp, which hopefully will be here in a few months.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. And then I'll start doing some hella streaming there. Hella streaming. But I'm gonna be yeah, I'm definitely think I'm gonna go through and do a whole Elder Scrolls complete playthrough from Morrowind all the way through Skyrim. You know, they got the new ESOs coming out on the consoles in June, I believe is what they said. So, I mean, that's another big thing.
I heard with that they're going to do away with the monthly subscription.
They did. It's what it is it's pay to play. You pay, once just like you want to. You get the vanilla version, so you get the base version. Then any kind of DLC in the future, you can buy separately, or you can do a subscription every month that basically gives you access to whatever DLC is out there. Then they also have the free-to-play freaking, jewels, but they're calling them crowns. So you buy crowns, and you're able to buy in-game like cosmetic stuff. So
Now, is that like a pay-to-win type thing? I mean, do you get a huge advantage? I mean, honestly, I haven't looked into. This
I
is
think
all
they're
new to
trying-
me. So
I think they're trying to go with more the Guild Wars model, where it's you pay once, you get pretty much everything, and then if you want to buy the cosmetic stuff, you can buy the cosmetic stuff. Like, I don't know, because they haven't really implemented it. That's not supposed to be implemented until March. So, but a lot of people, like, there's a podcast I listen to called Elder Scrolls Off the Record, and they're really heavy into all things Elder Scrolls. If you guys like Elder Scrolls out there, go ahead and check them out. It's Elder Scrolls Off the Record. They're really really cool guys. But yeah, they had a podcast where they talked to two of the big guys at Bethesda, or I forget who. It's not Bethesda. It's whatever the other company is that's controlling ESO, and they said there's a lot of things in store, but they don't want to make it to where it's a pay to win type thing, because that's the one reason why they wanted it subscription based in the beginning, and they don't want to change that atmosphere. They're bringing out stuff like the judgment system and whatnot, to where you can steal stuff and you get a bounty and all that stuff, just like it is in regular Elder Scrolls. So there's a lot of cool
Right.
things that are coming out of that in the future. I'm interested. Of course, it's Elder Scrolls. We'll see if I play it and not beat it, which will probably happen. But I'm interested in it.
we are taking bets if he does this or not. So
Exactly. Yeah.
contact Beer Poots if you want to get in on this.
Yeah, get the squares up, man. Get the squares up. If it's more than
Well,
5 hours or 6 hours,
If he beats a game, we'll do a giveaway. How about that? At his
I'll do it, man.
expense.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do it. You guys cheer me on and watch the stream. I'll do it definitely. I have a little incentive. But what else in the news, you guys looking at anything? Anything exciting for you guys?
I don't know about exciting, but me and my son stumbled upon this game called Cube World. It's a voxel-based game that's similar to Minecraft in the sense that it's all blocky and whatever. But it's a RPG, so you basically create this character and you go out into the world and you try to get these pets and you beat these bosses and the whole dungeons and everything. And the reason why I'm listing this as what happened to Cube World is I'm unable to purchase this game. The guy who's developing the game literally stopped manufacturing the game or any of the store or anything back in June of last year. So we're not unable to like buy the game or see what's going on. He stopped posting on Twitter. So do you guys know anything about this, or have you heard anything about this particular game?
I don't know. I haven't
No,
heard anything.
I have never even heard of the game.
Anybody? I don't know.
If
I have
anyone
no
out there is
clue.
listening, be
Yeah.
sure to email us to kind of give us an idea.
Uh-oh.
You in trouble?
Yeah, he's in trouble.
What's that?
That's right.
Are you grounded
No,
now?
go ahead,
or-
Jeff. Yeah, he's grounded.
Oh,
His mama got him.
Yeah. I'm excited. I mean, it's news for us people on the Xbox side. Is the Xbox Ultimate Game Sale going on between the 17th and the 23rd of February, and they actually have some really good titles on sale. I can't tell you all of them, but it's over $700 of savings. You're getting $40-$50 games for under $10, and it's actually quality games, which is unheard of for Xbox. Because usually they don't give away
Usually
good
don't
games.
do that, man.
yeah,
Their
exactly.
free games have
Titles.
been terrible, honestly. There's a couple that are actually good for Xbox, but I say they do lack in the games for gold section, in
Yeah,
my
I mean,
opinion.
I'll tell you what, like the PlayStation Plus games, like I got Transistor, I got Binding, I got Rogue Legacy, like top notch, I think. Top notch games. A lot of indie games, but top notch games. But like iDarb, everybody has said iDarb's really fun to play if you're playing, on the couch with a bunch of people. But as soon as it goes over the internet, it just crashes. And
Well,
like,
my sons were playing that the other day, and they had a blast playing back and forth. They went online and played, and I think they ended up winning. But I mean, they were just having a blast. This game, honestly, I mean, for next gen consoles, and they're starting to release things that I honestly could run on the NES, but it's a lot of fun.
yeah, and I think that might be a good time to like kind of transition. The main topic is like, you got a lot of these indie guys making great games, and you have stuff like Transistor, you have stuff like Binding. Binding was the guys from the same guys that made, I believe, made Super Meat Boy. Was that Matt? Do you know?
There are
Wanna
there are
make
references
Super Meat
to Super Meat Boy in Binding of Isaac, but I don't know if they're made by the same. Like you can get this thing; it's like a chunk of meat, and then if you get the chunk of meat 3 times, he ends up becoming a full Super Meat Boy. So I don't know if it's the same, but I would have to assume, based on licensing and things of that nature, that's exactly the case.
Yeah, but I think it is. And then you have, Fez, like, even though Fez has been out for a while, but still, like, all these, I think indie games has far outdone, like, the main AAA, AA titles. It's insane, to see the evolution of indie games over the last, since, we'll say 360, about not in the beginning of the 360, but about midway through its life cycle, when indie games really started picking up, and PlayStation, Sony picking up indie games, and like the evolution of indie games definitely has far exceeded the amount of good games that have come out of that sector compared to the regular AA, AAA titles. And to me, it's like when you're looking at just the whole state of the gamerverse that's out there right now and whatnot, like how, to me, I feel, and looking at Evolve, you're putting out all these top-notch games that are like multi-million-dollar games, multi-million-dollar companies just trying to cram all this stuff out. You had Assassin's Creed Unity kind of fail. You had the Master Chief Collection fail. You have Evolve's not great, and they're trying to pin it as a MLG game in the beginning, and then it didn't turn out to be. And then
How
you have,
the heck can you play that as an MLG game? I cannot wrap myself around that.
Yeah, I don't
I don't know.
understand that.
I mean, you can't work as a team because you have 4 people against 1 person. So you couldn't be a team going in because it takes an individual for if you were playing an individual, but if you're playing the team-based part of it, you'd want a solid team.
Yeah.
So I just couldn't see how that would work out. I mean, I don't know.
And that's what I was saying. Like,
Shock and awe.
team wise, like they didn't set up the teams right. Like, not everybody has a healing capability, which me being military and whatnot. Like when you go in, everybody has their own healing capability. They have
Everyone's got their
5
duty, their job.
Yeah, but
Their
at the
role.
same time, like everybody can do menial like first aid. So like taking that and separating
I'll hand you a
to one
Band-Aid.
guy. Yeah, well, that's basically what it is. Here, get some quick clot and you're good. But the doing how they separate everything just destroyed, to me, the way you can't get enough damage on the monster. So it pretty much ended it being a MLG game, even though trying to pin it. And I think that's the issue. Then they're hiding all that DLC, $136 of DLC that really doesn't do anything for the game. The progression and Evolve, though the game is fun, the progression is really, really, really slow. And you kind of see that across, all the games, AAA games that are coming out. It's few and far between. And it's just like the de-evolution of the big studios and how they just want to look out at the money. That's all they want. Hey, I want to put a free play game out so I can make multi-million dollars. That's all I care about. And like the only companies that really care about the evolution of the gamerverse are, the indie studios that it's all a passion project. You look at my game that I most anticipated, No Man's Sky. That's like five guys that are building this huge, outrageous game, and it's a passion project to them. And they're throwing everything they have into it to make that game the best game that they possibly can.
Right.
And you can tell, and it's going to be a fun experience. But when you have the yearly installments, what do you think, Jeff, as far as like the yearly installments and stuff like that?
Honestly, to me is the DLC. Don't get me wrong, that keeps the longevity of a game, and I understand that. As a player of these games, you want to get the DLC because once you beat a game, you want to keep going with it. I mean that's the main objective. If it was a good game, but then I mean your game Destiny, it also had content in there, and that bothers me because it's like if you could fit it on it. Why can't I have that? I mean, when I bought,
Why add a microtransaction for something that should have already been in the game?
Right. There was a YouTuber, his name's Boogie. He compared it. Every year we're promised this huge, nice looking burger, and all we get is a frozen patty with a little bit of lettuce. But if you want this thing cooked and look beautiful, you got to pay more money. And it's games. When I was younger, was never like that.
Dude,
you got what you paid for.
And the funny thing is, if anyone's ever watched that guy go over like his whole rant on that, it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, it's but it describes it to a T of what
it does, and he does it in such an exaggerated fashion that you're sitting there thinking, is he going over the top? But he makes a valid point the entire time. So you're like, yeah, I pay the amount of money to get something that looks really great, but then when I get it, it's shit. And he does a great job of in his particular way of doing it.
And then he carries on to say, then next year at E3, not only are you going to get this nice looking burger, but they're going to add fries and put ketchup on them fries.
Fries and ketchup.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I want the next one so bad because I want ketchup. And then you get it and you're like, where's the ketchup? It's great. If you get out there and watch it.
And the guy's a large guy, so when he uses these food analogies, you just sit there thinking like,
well, that's what it is. You can get me with food all day long. So as soon as you start talking food, I'm like, I'm in this. What are we talking about here, Boogie?
Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, straight to the stomach, man. So you think that's like the yearly installments and all the season passes? You think that's what's really like? It's not inventive. It's been done so many times.
It has, and I look at I was thinking about we had this topic coming on. And I've been doing a lot of thinking of look at the games that we have now compared to what we had when we were younger. I'm 30-some years old here, so I've seen games that a lot of these kids out here ain't gonna see and not gonna experience what we experienced. But if you look at the Marios and you look at all these games that we grew up with, nowadays games you can always relate to another game that's already there. We never had that. So when we had Mario, wow, this is a whole new thing. We've never had anything to experience. But it also draws away from the things that I just don't see the creativity. Like, for instance, Hands of Fate. I don't know if you guys seen it. It's a game where you got cards and, you know, it's a whole new twist. It's a $20 game, and it's phenomenal because it's something new. And I don't think developers are pushing enough. They're just reworking things that are already there. And I don't know, man. It's the gaming industry, and it's been dry for me for, you know, quite a long time.
It's a funny thing you say that though, because it's like a lot of the big studios like rehash and stuff. You get a yearly Assassin's Creed, you get a yearly Call of Duty, you get a yearly Madden, you get a yearly FIFA, but at the same time, like you're almost getting a yearly Mario, you're almost getting a yearly Zelda game.
Yeah, but
But
even back in the
Nintendo
day,
does it good.
I was just say back in the day when I got a new Mario, it felt like a different Mario. It moved like a different Mario. When I got a new Call of Duty, it's like, oh, they added new textures.
It's recoloring a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Honestly,
true.
it's the same turd, but it's just a different color.
it's like, hey guys,
And
this is
turd
the.
now floats.
I don't even know if it floats.
That
It
means,
might.
That means you ate too much fatty foods. You gotta watch. It's step back, get
Well,
some more
yeah.
fiber. You need more fiber in your diet. Shit's floating,
Fiber
right?
and water, right? I know.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's exactly that though. I mean, there's countless times where I'm like, hey, we repictured this or we remastered this. It's like, no, the game is remastered altogether. It looks the same way, it feels the same way, it does the exact same thing as all the other ones because of the fact that it is the same game. Because you put a different texture on the gun doesn't make it a new gun. It makes it the same gun that we've already had. So I truly feel like Call of Duty is one of those companies that and people pay for it. So I mean, can you really blame them?
It's the mind.
If it's making money, yeah, if it's making money, I understand why they're doing it. But we gotta understand too, the gaming industry, the way it is now, is not what it was back then. There was a passion back then. This was a new thing that really there wasn't a huge market for. So when these guys were going into it, they put everything they had behind it. Now it's like, okay, how can we make a quick $1 million? Whether it's good or bad, they don't really give a shit, to my opinion, because that's just how they are now. And that's why indie games
Right.
are growing so big, because these guys, you know, it's an all or nothing type thing compared to, you know, someone like Activision is, oh, I can just rewrap this turd and give it to them, and we're going to make a couple $1 billion off it. And
If
it's
you
just
owned
it's
it-
irritating.
If you owned an indie studio, what game would you do? What type of game? Like I already have. Like I got high hopes, man. High hopes. So I'd love to be able to have my own indie studio to.
If I was to
do.
do a game, I always wanted to do a game, and this is not copyrighted, so if anyone makes it, this is video proof that I had this idea first. I would like to do a real MMO military game. I mean, to the legit, like, you got to level up your shooting to make your accuracy better. I mean, there's a whole lot of works that I had planned out for this, more than what's out there now. I mean, you have, you know, Destiny, but I want things where you progress almost like
Did you ever,
America's Army.
Did you ever? Which was a damn good game as far as like shooters. Is the that was the one the Army made, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Did you ever what was it called? Hawken, I think. Did you ever hear of Hawken?
No,
It
sir.
was
Never heard.
no, I don't know if it was Hawken. Huxley, that's what it was. Huxley.
I definitely don't know that.
It was I forget who was gonna make it, but it was supposed to be an MMO shooter, like a legit MMO shooter, exactly, probably how you're thinking, but more like sci-fi-ish, you know, in space type of stuff. But you know, I had all these high hopes, and then it just didn't go anywhere. I'd love to see an MMO shooter.
I
Matt,
mean, progress kind of like you do in the military, more so. I mean, if you were to take, I guess, Battlefield and make it more of an MMO where you progressed up through the ranks,
Dude, a Battlefield MMO,
legitly.
perfect. I don't need this cops and
they
robbers
have
shit.
Battlefield Online.
And I
Yeah.
like that.
It's overseas though, isn't it? It's like in China. Like if you look at China, like that's how they're doing a lot of like the Call of Duties and Battlefields and whatnot, because it's different atmosphere over there. So for them, and I don't even think they show blood. It's like they're robots. That's no shit. Like you're not shooting people, you're shooting robots, and like when you shoot them, like sparks will fly off with oil.
Yeah.
Look it up. It's kind of
Do
silly.
you think blood actually makes a game?
In America, it does. In America, it does. I mean, hell,
I
look
know
at
right
18
now, like playing Dying Light, when I cut a zombie in half and I see the blood and gore, honestly, you get a good feeling from it. Rather, I don't know if I should feel good or bad about myself or
Hey,
like,
don't.
oh my gosh, that was so awesome. But
Dude, you were straight Michonne in your last episode. It was ridiculous. He's like walking down the street smoking a smoke, and he's like, "You're gone." It's like,
technically, you could pick up cigarettes, but you cannot smoke them. I cannot figure out how to do it.
it's probably
You can sell 'em
it's
for other
probably.
people.
I'm gonna say Control S.
Yeah, Control S. Try it. Nah, but I mean, as far as like, and I get what you're saying. Like, I believe the indie, I think the indie games are what's going to take the gamerverse into the next installment. That and what's coming on the forefront as far as the new technology. I mean, you got stuff like, what the Oculus Rift,
Right. Yep.
the VR. You got. I have a really good feeling about the HoloLens. I think the whole AR thing is going to be 100 years in the future. Everything's going to be AR. You're just going to walk around with surgically implanted AR glasses in your eyeballs, and you're going to be able to freaking have an overlay about anything. Like
Surgeries next week.
Yeah. I honestly, if they had that panned out by next week, I would do it, because to be able to look at anything and be like, okay, Google, what's this? And it just instantly pop up in your
That's
field
your
of view.
dick. You use it to piss. Go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's what that thing's for.
That's what. I thought you're supposed to
A lot
hit
of us
people
nerds
with
don't
it.
even know how to use that thing.
Yeah.
I wonder why I kept leaking.
Speaking of de-evolve.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I wonder why. But I mean, I think the HoloLens, man, that thing's gonna be amazing if it pans out right. Did you guys watch any of the videos on that thing?
I've not.
I watched the concept video,
Yeah.
but what I've learned with Microsoft, and I'm a big fan of Microsoft, Xbox side, PC side, that's a different story. But I don't know. I don't know, because the Xbox, you were promised all this, and this is what's going to be, and then you get it, and it's like, nice try.
Yeah.
Burger and fries, gentlemen. Burgers and fries.
Burgers and
Exactly.
fries, man.
I'm still waiting for it to turn the heat on so I can get this Xbox up and running good. No,
Where's my
I love my
motherfucking ketchup?
Xbox,
Where's
and
my
I don't want to
motherfucking
start
ketchup?
nothing.
No. I mean, I like the Xbox, but hey, at the same time, PlayStation, once again.
Yeah. My question for you, though, while we're
Yeah.
on this, do you think? I know you're a fanboy of the PlayStation. Do you think that
Yeah.
hurt you as a gamer?
Honestly, like I like PlayStation right now, but I've been back and forth. I honestly, deep down, I'm really a Nintendo fanboy.
Right.
Because every great experience I've ever had growing up has been on Nintendo. But at the same time,
Except for the
if I-
Dreamcast.
well, yeah,
Dreamcast is a big part of
Dreamcast
the
is the trump card, dude. Like playing Soul Calibur, playing I don't know what else would
Rush.
Crazy Taxi. I love
Rush, Crazy
Taxi.
Taxi.
About-
Yeah.
I liked- I
I'll
even
throw the,
liked
I'll
some
throw
of
the
the
weird game
stupid
on. I
games.
don't care.
Skies of Arcadia was amazing on that. I
Dude,
used to
Skies
put
on the VMUs was
The
dope,
VMU.
man. It was
Yeah.
dope.
VMU. Hey, I got a fun fact about the VMU. Hold on, let me make sure this is not in.
He's got a
the,
fun fact that he needs to confirm with Google before he gives us this fact.
No. The fun fact inside there, every side inside the VMU, they inscribed. I can't remember what the hell the word was, but they inscribed a word. It's on the inside as a joke. Potato. That's the word. They have the word real big, potato, on the inside, because it was a potato processor. Is what the inside joke at Sega was. So.
I don't doubt that. The thing was very limited. It had as much computing powder as
Power as a
powder.
potato.
I said computing
If
powder.
there so happens to be a question on this thing later
Potatoes.
on,
Potatoes turning to French fries. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I said computing powder, so if you know what the fucking computing powder is, let me know.
Well, I mean, I guess we're kind of all in agreement, man, as far as like this de-evolution of the gamer. Like, I think you have your ups and downs, and I think right now, it being just outside the first year of the it's not next gen, current gen now. You know, we're kind of having a dip down. You know, a lot of stuff didn't pan out exactly how it's supposed to be, but there's a lot of great things in the future as far as, you know, you got, like I said, the technology, the Rift.
Sure.
Once they start cracking these systems and seeing what they can do, I mean, computers are always advancing. So there's no way you can ever stop, you know, what's coming out on a computer. It's insane.
I do
But-
have some sad news.
Oh
I do
yeah.
have- read an article today, and I don't know if anyone's followed like past E3s and about the Xbox One, how they said it's going to be a 10-year system, and I read today that it's more of a 5-year system. That in 5 years there will be a new Xbox, which
Oh, really?
kind of yeah, it makes me sad.
Yeah.
That tells me they're not too confident in what they produced out.
Well,
and,
I'll tell you what, man. Having both systems currently in my house, there's nothing more frustrating than trying to invite somebody to a party and it taking fucking 4 minutes for it to happen. When I go and pop on my son's Xbox 360, it takes less than 30 seconds to do it. How did the inviting people to parties become slower with the newer version of the Xbox? How does that make sense? I don't understand that.
You mean in the fact
You
that
mean
there's better technology, faster technology, but slower in the production part of it? I can't get it. I don't understand that.
De-evolution of the Xbox.
Pretty much. I mean, and they say that Windows 10 is going to come out for the Xbox One. Is that going to be a benefit, or is that going to be something that hinders the Xbox?
I do like the fact that, you know, if you own a Surface or even a PC, you know, somebody's on the TV, you can stream it to that and play it. There, as far as when I've streamed stuff to the Vita or the Wii U pad, it's pretty much one for one as long as it's inside the house. You know, that could be a cool thing, but at the same time, it's not such a leap and bound that's really going to change anything.
Sure.
It's not going to be different.
No.
All right.
I see Windows as the Android. Like, they try to push it as far as they can, but when they do, it sometimes ain't 100% ready to be pushed out yet. And yeah, we got the technology first, but it's just not there yet to actually work. And
Right. Yep.
You
it's
think it's going to be a
frustrating.
detriment? You think they're going to start losing more market share if it
don't know.
doesn't pan out for them?
You know, the head of Microsoft at last E3, you know, he wanted a push to be a multimedia center for the Xbox. Once the Xbox was released, he stepped down. And the new guy in there, I'm sorry, I'm bad with names, so I can't.
Phil
I
Spencer?
can't tell you this name. There you go. He's now making a push to be games. And if you see by the new PAX East
there?
coming out, can you hear me?
Hey, fine. Just keep
Okay.
talking. Don't worry about him.
All right.
He's only the host.
They're making a huge push for games in 2015. So I don't know what to say with Xbox. I mean, I own one. I love them. I mean, I have all three of the past systems. I also have PlayStation. So it's not that I'm a huge fanboy. I'll play whatever I got. I chose the Xbox over the PS4 only for the simple fact is it seemed like I was getting more for my money. Yeah,
Sure.
I know I spent $100 more but I have something that controls my TV that allows me to DVR stuff, and whether it was a good choice or not, I have to live with the decision that I have. So I mean, I could go buy a PS4 if that would be the case, but
Right.
you know, it is what it is. I can't say you're right or wrong in buying either whatever you buy, but I'm just losing a lot of trust in the Xbox lately. It just the 360 was just so good, and I
Yeah.
understand that was something that was 8 or 9 years in production to perfect it, but it's just taking so long for Xbox to to gain my
had-
trust.
Right. And,
They
and
fell on their face pretty hard though at that E3. So for them to be able to come back, they're doing what they can, but I
Mhm.
mean they fell on their face pretty hard. Matt, what were you gonna say?
the chats, they agree with Jeff wholeheartedly. They say they rush everything to get it out there, and then they try to patch it in order to fix it. And that's exactly it. That's exactly how I feel. I feel like, they're pressured into putting out a product, and then they don't care about the quality. Then when they realize that people are having issues, then they're trying to go back and fix it. I mean, that's my sentiments exactly.
Yeah.
Tony, how many patches do you update on your PS4 on
Good question.
regular?
I mean they probably put out a patch in the last 3 months.
Okay. Well, do you know? I mean, Xbox prides themselves on a patch a month. I mean,
Yeah.
this month's patch is this, and we're gonna fix all this, and then half of
that's
it
where
works.
they fuck up too. That's where they fuck up because I heard people like they're playing a game and the patch comes out, it kicks them out of their game. Like somebody was playing Dragon Age, kicked them out of the game, corrupted their save file, and they had to start all the way back at the beginning. And that's what you're saying. They rush it out and they don't think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And overall, I don't think these companies are really thinking about their gamer. They're not thinking about the gamer. They're thinking about their pocket.
Bottom dollar.
And the indie studios, they think about the gamer because they are gamers.
Mhm.
And
Right.
and the Nintendo, I think they think about the gamer because they've always had that mentality growing up throughout the ages. They never really lost it.
Right. And
but-
the funny thing too is, earlier in the podcast we started talking about, or I had brought up the fact that Cube World was kind of dropped off. I did a little bit of research on why that happened, and the guy who's creating the game, he's an indie gamer, right? He's not sponsored by any big corporation. It's literally the whole production company, the people that are making the game is him and his wife. He's literally stopped from, basically, again, what I read online. He stopped like posting stuff. He stopped talking about updates because he's trying to update the game to the quality in which he feels that the player should have. So it's not that the game has stopped developing, but he's done with the Twitters and stuff like that. He's just focusing on updating the game, and that's gone. Like, I commend him for that. Let's not focus on, oh, let me just give you this crap, and then, oh, that happens, then we'll just patch that, then we'll patch this, then we'll patch that. It's, let me get the game to the quality that I feel you guys deserve, that you paid for, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're talking a $20 game opposed to
Right.
a $60 turd.
Absolutely. Playing a AAA title game and it being terrible is unfathomable for me. I cannot stand that.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, switching to PC and playing a lot of games on PC was like a whole new world because I'm playing games, whether they're free to play games or, hey, Steam had this on sale, it looks cool. If anything, I'm out $2 or I'm out $6, but I still have this game, and 99% of the time they're not bad games. Yeah, people give them bad reps because, okay, you're playing a shooter, but it's not Call of Duty, so we're gonna go ahead and just give it a bad rep. But these games are quality, and the thing is great about these companies is they listen to the community.
Right.
And a lot of these do it. Activision, we've been complaining about changing up matchmaking in Call of Duty. They don't care. They haven't made a change. The game's been out since November, and nothing on that aspect has been changed. But a lot of people say something about an indie game, like H1Z1 ain't really much of an indie game. I mean, it's a Sony game, but you'll see the change. Okay, this is what you guys want. Okay, we can't put it out now, but it's in the works.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, Destiny is a prime example of that. I mean, matchmaking for any of these, other matches and stuff, they didn't do it for whatever they're called. What are those things called? Strikes?
Crucible. Oh yeah.
Oh, the
Strike.
strikes, yeah.
Strikes. Yeah, there's no real matchmaking, and that's something when I bought the game, people were complaining about because if you didn't have 6 friends or 5 friends to go do it, that was part of the game you could not experience, and that's a lot of things that turned me away from the Destiny is, you know, yeah, here I got 3 people, and then you can go, to the city and just randomly invite people and say, hey, is this what you want to do? Is kind of tiresome, and then you get a guy that don't really want to do it, but he does, and he'll leave halfway, and you just lose out on all that content.
Yep.
Yeah, Destiny's tried to pick up on stuff, and Bungie's always kind of been passionate about their projects, but like they do have the fundamental flaw of that matchmaking thing. Though they did put matchmaking in strikes, they did start putting matchmaking and some other things, but they still haven't put it on the raids because they feel they don't want people to just get pickups, but people do it all the time anyways. Offsite on looking for group sites for Destiny online. So if the community's showing, hey, we want this, they should change it. And I don't think any studio and if they think about the gamer, then they're going to make the change. If they don't care and they have something else in their pocket, or they're worried about DLC that they're trying to make that should have been on the game anyways 3 months from now, they're trying to work on fixing that, then obviously they're not going to do that, and it does overall destroys the game. Where Destiny, I think, definitely could have been a 10-year project, like they said, to where people stick with it over those 10 years, and it's like the next Warcraft of the shooter space on consoles, or
Sure.
next CS:GO on consoles and stuff like that. They easily could have done it, but if they don't listen to the community, it's not going to happen. That's any game across the board.
And that's one thing I will say about the company DICE. If you've ever played a DICE game, they have a forum set up, and it's literally, what don't you like about the game? You tell them very clearly. As people say they agree with you, they go through and they track all that stuff, and the next thing you know, there's a patch coming out, and the patch comes in, it fixes the issues that no one understood that, or no one really liked that. They remove it. DICE is a very good company that still, as one of the AAA titles that we've talked about, they're a company that caters to the gamer, and I that's why I love Battlefield, because they do that, and I don't feel like I get that from Call of Duty.
No, and we're not saying that the gamer's always right, because
right
aspects that that just doesn't make sense for that game. But Dying Light's the same way. I mean, actually, if you log into Dying Light right on the main screen, you have an idea or anything, here's an email address, let us know. Sure. And I thought that was just awesome. It's like, wow, that's a refreshing feeling that you care exactly how I feel. That not saying that my idea is always the best idea, but if enough people have the same idea, well, I think it is. But well, I mean, one aspect.
Go ahead.
Skyrim, Skyrim Online, not Skyrim Online. Sorry, Elder Scrolls Online.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah,
I think it would have been just better off if you just did Skyrim with co-op. You know how much better? I mean, honestly, how much more fun and hours I would put into Skyrim if I could play with Tony or Matt. I mean. To go and remake the whole game to add one aspect. I mean, I already had a guy follow me around.
And then to make it at a monthly surcharge. That was the other thing too.
That's why I never played it.
Yeah. Well, it's free to play. It'll be out on both consoles in June, so we'll see what happens there. But
I'll own it. That's what will happen.
Yeah. Well, it's not free to play. It's buy to play.
But, but again, if I have to buy the game, that's fine. The monthly fee, I mean, I'm still just in utter shock that people pay monthly for Warcraft. It blows my mind that company makes as much money as it does, and the game hasn't changed. It's the same stuff. I mean, they do the same thing over and over, in my opinion, from what I've seen.
Because Warcraft is crack.
Yeah,
it is crack, yeah.
I don't mind paying money to free to play games. I understand there's people behind that need that they're paying out to bring new content. It's not the fact that I don't mind paying these people for what they do, but where I don't want to pay it is if I'm not getting anything really for what I pay for. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's a valid point.
Defiance is a 100% free game now. And they sell items that you can buy on there, like lock boxes and whatnot. Now, this stuff that you get is not really going to make you the best player in the game. It's not going to make you the worst player. Right. But you know what? I buy one for $5. I don't feel bad because I know I'm contributing to a game that has to put out for servers. They have to put out for, other items or other things that, at cost. So I don't mind paying when I actually see the value there. I just don't want to pay for like Destiny, hiding content inside, or Evolve, that are
So you don't
hiding
want to feel,
content that's already on the game. If it's on there, give it to me.
yeah, you don't want to feel cheated, and that's what you feel. You know, you feel like you're getting taken advantage of
And the
sometimes.
thing I said that was most disappointing to me about Destiny is the fact that when I played the demo, I played 50% of the game.
Yeah.
And that's what saddened me. And I got it, and I'm like, oh, there's only 3 more areas that I can go search that I haven't already experienced. Yeah, I was
Right,
only
right.
level 8, but yeah, I didn't go into the story as much. But I was hoping, I mean, you're talking about planets, and I'm sure they can make up a few. I mean, they can go
They
pretty
have you
far with
flying
the
around on
storyline.
Venus.
Right.
Venus is presently Venus is not very habitable. So if they can make that up, they can make anything up. Honestly,
Exactly.
honestly. Well, overall, guys, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think gaming has a bright future? I mean, I hope so. I'm positive about it. You know, I'm very optimistic. With everything that's gonna come out in the future. You know, as long as if I my money, you know, everybody says vote with your wallet, and that's what I'm going to do. You know, I think every gamer out there should definitely vote with their wallet. You know, if you like something, put the money towards it. Like Jeff was saying with
Right.
Defiance, you know, put the money towards it. Let them know. If you don't, you know, don't put the money towards it. Get on the forums and whatnot. Let them know, and that's the only way that they're going to change. You know,
And
it
that's the
might
thing.
not.
Yeah, people won't change their ways unless enough people do it. You know, if people stop buying Call of Duty, then maybe they'll realize, okay, we did something wrong. But
And-
until you keep buying millions of copies of this game,
Right.
they're not gonna know.
And
They
it's
don't
and
care.
it's people are fans of it. I mean, it's one of those games that, I mean, you got good Twitch gaming, you know, where you know how to slap the button just enough to turn and get somebody, and you got a good ping. I mean, you're always gonna buy that game because you always play it well. I mean, nothing's
I
more
had-
satisfying than coming home from a rough day and just owning everybody.
Yeah, I had high
So-
hopes for it too. But all right,
What do
well,
you
guys,
think with oh, hold on real
No, go
quick,
ahead.
was you
Go ahead,
got
go
back
ahead.
into Call of Duty and the billions that they make, you don't think they could benefit from dedicated servers? I mean, really, they make enough money, honestly, and the microtransactions, the DLC they put out, dedicated servers. I mean,
Right.
it's not going to be a fix all. Get me wrong,
I
because
think
there's
any
people out
shooter
there
should
with
have it. Any shooter should have it.
right.
Today's technology, you should have dedicated servers for your game.
The
If you
fact
want your
that if
game,
I'm lagging, I know Tony Twig's lagging, and so is Poots, and that's fair, and that's what I think Battlefield excels in that aspect, is because if a server has lag, everyone's experiencing it. It's not okay. Joe Blow over here has a bad internet connection, and he just happens to host this match, and now everyone is screwed because of his shitty ass connection.
Right.
yeah. Well, I got positive. All right, like I said, I'm optimistic. Jeff, you optimistic?
I am. I mean, I indie games I think is going to be. I think eventually they're going to start turning heads to where these more mainstream titles are going to start looking like, okay, well, look how much money these people made only at $20. I honestly, I think they're going to see some. And if any of these consoles out there actually bring Steam
Oh,
to the console, forget about it.
Or some Steam like.
Right. I think honestly, hands down, that would be the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. Poots, what do you think? You optimistic?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is the gaming community isn't going anywhere. It's obvious. It's
Yeah, you're right about
ingrained
that.
in the culture of society, and that's just the way it's going to be. The direction I feel that I want it to go, and the direction that I feel it's going to go, might be a little bit different in the sense that I feel that developers of big game companies should focus more on who's getting the game as opposed to what they want from the game. But I think once that gap is closing in, we're going to get good quality games. But again, it's hard to look at a AAA title and say they were looking out for the people that are playing the game as opposed to making the game that they wanted to make. So
Yeah. Like I said, I think the technology that's coming out, the Rift, the VR stuff, you know, that's what's going to put the passion back in some of these developers too. So,
right, yep.
overall, optimistic, man. Maybe this de-evolution will turn into an evolution, and we'll be able to take that next step.
Definitely.
How about we got a little game set up right there, Jeff? You got a little game
Yes,
set?
yes, we got a game.
Oh,
It's,
Let's
jeez.
take a I mean, we're going pretty long here. Let's take a quick 5-minute break. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I have to use the bathroom like really
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
A good bio break.
No,
would
that's
be
all right.
beautiful right now. I'm over here dancing.
Yeah, all
I hear
right,
you guys.
So we'll take a quick 5-minute break, and we'll be back in 5. We'll see what this game is. Jeff, you have the belt, but
I have the belt.
Let's see who
Who's
gets it
gonna
this
walk away
time.
with it tonight? That's the
yeah,
big
yeah,
question,
yeah.
ladies
We're gonna
and
see.
gentlemen.
All right, guys.
All right.
We'll see you guys here in a few. I'll be right back. Thank you. Hey guys, welcome back. All right, Tony, let's continue on.
Yeah. We're back. So before we left out, just for anybody who's coming in right now, Tony Twig, we got Jeff Cold Zero and Matt Poots on Noobs.
What's up? What's up?
Yep. Hey yo. So we're about to do a little game here. Kind of taking off from what we did last week. The reigning champ Jeff has a little quiz for us, I think is what he's calling it.
It's a little. See, my game this week is it's a little has a little more structure.
Ooh.
No,
dig.
last week,
Call me out.
it was interesting because you didn't know if you got it right or if you got it wrong. If you
Well,
guys
the
wanna
point
hear
the
that,
point system was jacked.
the point system was, but to hear it, you have to watch, last week's episode if you want to catch up. I don't want to give too much away, but tonight is a little more interesting. I'm going to test your knowledge among a lot of things gaming, some things in the comic world. We're going to test you all the way through, but to help you out, some are just true and false, and some you will have to answer questions. So here we go. We're going to get started. The first section we're going to start with is gaming questions. This is all about the game.
I'm ready. Let's go.
And I need you to close your chats. No internet browsers. Matt, we can't really see what's going on over there. This is amongst friends, so we don't really...
I got robbed last week, so I'm not bitter at all.
All right, so the first section, it's all about games. True or false questions. It's worth 1 point if you get it right. Obviously, no points if you get it wrong. We're going to start off with Tony Twig. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. This is true or false. Final Fantasy got its name because Square Enix was about to go bankrupt.
I am going to say that is absolutely true.
You're right. That is it. That's how they got their name.
It's trying to trick them.
They were gonna go bankrupt. If this game didn't take off, Square Enix was just gonna quit making games altogether. So Tony,
disclaimer. Yeah, even though I have never beaten a Final Fantasy game, I knew that because I still love Final Fantasy.
He loves the history of Final Fantasy. He doesn't love the gameplay.
You gotta keep it going.
Real. Mooch, you ready?
Ready.
All right. True or false? The multiplayer mode in GoldenEye took a year longer to develop than the story.
True.
That is false. It was a complete afterthought. It was created in less than a month.
Wow.
Fun fact if you didn't know.
That is a fun fact.
All right, guys, this cast's over. I am done physically playing this game.
He is quitting. He's calling it quits right here, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking for a third person.
I'm in.
The frostbite.
Please email us at bigsandtwids@gmail.com if you're interested.
/ Just kidding.
Oh, all right. Never mind.
Put that
All right.
in the subject line.
Now,
All right.
the next one is Tony Twigs, and I'm going to mess up names here because it's me. So, you ready?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Are you ready?
All day,
The
every
Legend
day.
of Zelda Majora's Mask exists because Ocarina of Time story was too big to fit on the N64 cartridge entirely.
That it was as true or false?
Yeah, it's true or
All
false.
true and false for this.
Or numerical. Pick 7.
No, that's false.
That's right. It is false. It was false. And the funny part about that is it does exist. It was actually made on a bet.
They made that in like a year.
Yeah, they had a I think it was called Ura Zelda is what they were going to go with. But one of the lead designers was like, you know what? I really don't like this idea. So the head was like, okay, I bet you can't make a better game than what we have right here. And he ended up doing it. And that's how we ended up getting the game that we did. So right now, to kind of recap where we are right now, Tony's sitting at 2 and Poots, he has the donut right now. But that could change.
Good thing,
Goose
because
egg,
I'm
as
hungry
they
as
say.
hell, so give me a donut.
Give him a donut.
True.
Now, are you ready for your fourth and
kind of
final
donut?
question? Ooh, what kind of donut?
Chocolate on chocolate.
God, those are the best. Like you can't go wrong with a chocolate.
That's a point,
As a
right?
fat guy, that's what I say.
Then out of point.
Double
No.
chocolate. Double chocolate.
This isn't Tony Twig's way of scoring. I have more of a structure here.
And
So,
for those of you watching the cast, Jeff is a very particular cat. He likes things a certain way. This is how it's going to roll. He does the graphics for everything. As you could tell, spot on. The game's the same way.
if I shared you the spread here that I made, everything is color coordinated, so there was no way that I could mess this up tonight because I knew by end of stream I might have drank a little too much and I should have. So
he gave me a training on how I need to transition the cast.
All right,
That's a fun fact.
The inevitable here, Matt. You're gonna lose.
Matt,
Let's
this
continue on.
This is the fourth and final question for the gaming section, for the game section, I should say.
Okay.
Not the gaming, game. All right, Matt, are you ready? True or false?
Ready.
Luigi is Mario's twin brother because of an error in the story.
False.
That is correct.
Oh,
He's actually, Luigi is the Mario's twin brother because NES has memory limitations.
Hey, Brody.
And
True.
that's why he's green.
Hey, Jeff. True or false? Luigi's last name is actually Mario.
Wait a minute. Mind balloon. No,
it's Mario,
false.
Mario.
It's
Yeah, I
true.
know.
His last name is Mario. It's
So
Mario,
it's
Mario, and
Mario,
Luigi Mario.
Yeah, it's Mario, Mario, and Luigi Mario.
This
Mine
isn't about me.
bl-
This is about you guys.
2 points for me.
That's not what my paper says. Right
Oh.
now, going into the next section of questions.
All right, 2-1. Tony
2 to
Vasucci's
1.
leading you.
These questions now are not true or false. You have to give me an answer. And these are strictly on consoles. But they are worth 2 points. So, and we're going to come back. We had Tony Twigs on this one.
Okay.
What was the most successful game system ever?
PlayStation 2.
I knew you were going to say that because we had this conversation once before, and that is wrong. It's actually Nintendo's Game Boy that has sold over 100 million units worldwide.
Duh.
You mind tricked me there.
Duh,
I know.
Tony.
I like that question for you because we had that conversation, I think, last podcast.
Yeah, we did.
I knew I was going to get one. I had to help my brother out somewhere. Love you, bro. All right, Matt, are you ready? You have to give me an answer here.
Okay.
And these are all console. They'll give you a true or false. What was the first console to implement online play?
Wait, is this true or false?
Yeah.
No, sir.
I got a lot of crooked cannon. What's going on? What was the question?
What was the first console to implement online play?
Now I'm gonna try to.
No.
I'm not gonna say it
You-
because that's gonna
No,
help him
I'll
out.
come to you.
So-
I'll come to you afterwards because I see you.
Whoa. Whoa, he's got a buffer point here. He can get himself a.
No. He's not getting no point. You're gonna give your answer, and I'm gonna say, Tony, do you think he's right or wrong? That's what I'm gonna do.
Not secretly. I'm trying to buy some time.
Wait a
I'm
minute,
going
we
to
put
say-
that airtime.
I'm going to go final answer Sony PlayStation.
Tony, what do you think?
What do you mean by
Oh, no. There's no clarification of the question. Answer the question.
online?
Implement online play.
Like
it's
they
vague.
actually did online play?
Yes.
Because that could go all the way back to the Commodore 64 because they were people like using the drive to talk to each other.
These are
Right.
console questions.
Oh.
Commodore 64 was
know.
classified as a computer.
I know the Super Nintendo had and I guess you could call this online play, had a satellite feed to where they could talk to other Super Nintendos.
Ah, bro. I'm going to say no on you
You're
and yes
both
on me.
Wrong. It was the Sega Dreamcast. was the first console
Ah,
First
that
person
was
to have a
before.
modem.
online play.
That's not true either. That's not true.
Oh,
It's the
The
fun
Sega
fact that I
Saturn.
got.
The Sega Saturn was the first console to have a modem, but they never freaking used it on any games at all.
I
And-
guess
but
if you want to,
Dreamcast,
if you want to get by
They did.
technicalities,
they did.
but we ain't going
They
by
were the first
technicalities.
system to have online play. What was the first game? It was like Choo Choo
I-
Rocket.
Nobody heard of that.
yeah, who played some fucking Choo Choo Rocket? Come on,
Tony, we're
man.
I know
We're gonna
Fantasy
keep
Star
this-
Online.
We're
was
going to
probably
keep
the
this
biggest-
going.
Jeff, I think he's on autopilot right now. Just keep playing.
Keep
He's
going.
sleeping
All right,
already.
Tony. Tony, we're
I
back
just
to you.
ramble. I just ramble forever.
We're just going to your right if you'd like.
Is
Tony, are you
it
ready?
evident that I'm going to lose every freaking game?
Hey,
Yeah,
and the score right
Until
now is
next week.
2-1.
Yeah.
Tony, what was the first video game system to use DVD technology?
DVD.
DVD, bruh.
DVD technology.
Mm.
Mm,
Mm.
solid thought going on right now.
DVD.
DVD, yeah, that's the digital movie.
Digital video, something.
The
I don't
Digital
know.
video
The first
dick.
system to
Are you?
ever be a DVD player was the PlayStation 2.
That's correct.
Damn, that was good. That was good.
But I do know the 3DO had CD-ROM technology, so I was almost confused. But all right, yeah, PlayStation 2.
All right.
Ah, man, I like it better when he falls asleep mid-cast.
Midcast snoozing is what
Oh,
we're
there he
looking
goes.
at. That's what we're saying. Matt's the only way he's going to have a chance at winning tonight. Poots, are you ready for your next question? The final question in the console questions. Are you ready?
I am ready.
What was the first video game system to provide full support of HD TV?
HD TV. That's simple. That's the Xbox 360.
Oh,
I'm going to give it to you because it doesn't specify, but it was Microsoft Xbox. I don't know if that's actually the 360 because it doesn't say whether or not, but I'm going to give it to you. Tony, I don't care what you had to say about that situation.
Win.
Score is 3-2. Going into the next section of the questions.
Chance are still.
And these we're going back to the true or false. We're back to the 1-pointers.
all right.
I'm sorry, the score is actually 4-3.
Yeah,
That
I
is-
was- I had to-
Math is it's a tough forte to have on this podcast.
Well, I forgot those were 2-point questions, and I only gave you one, so you guys got a bonus one. That wasn't really a
Yeah.
bonus. All right, so we're back to the true or false, 1 point apiece, and we're on comics.
Oh crap.
Hey, that's why I went true or false because I didn't think you'd really get them, but these are fun. So Tony,
Yeah,
are you
50-50
ready?
chance.
You're starting
Yeah.
us off.
I got a 50-50 chance here.
All right. True or false? There was a superhero in the 1940s called the Green Llama who was a practicing Buddhist. One of his powers was reincarnation.
Oh, he's all over that.
Green-
You know that's
Green
true,
Llama.
dude.
The Green Llama in the 1940s. Power was reincarnation.
Yep.
You know, that is crazy enough to be something out of the 1940s. I'm gonna go true.
It's 100% true.
Holy crap.
Could you please have added just one more spice to that detail that made that false? Because that was so random. It was like it's either freaking true or you are the most like ridiculously thinking person I've ever met.
I read that and I was like, you what?
That's my new
All
best
right,
friend
Matt, are
now.
you ready?
Oh
Matt, are
god,
you ready?
let's do it.
True or false? Iron Man had one suit that was made out of the same metal as Thor's hammer.
False.
That was true.
Oh.
Iron Man had over 50 suits in general, just so you know, and one in which was made out of the same metal as Thor's hammer.
Does anyone in the chat feel that this game is fucking rigged? Come on, let's go.
What was the medal?
I don't know the metal.
I don't fucking own
It
him.
was a metal.
I believe it was I don't fucking know anonium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're on to Tony Twig.
All right.
For the slaughter that is this game.
Technically,
It's 5-3. You can come back.
You need
it's
dick.
5-3. You can come back.
That's what I said.
All right, Tony, you ready? True or false? I'm gonna give you a statement, and you tell me if the thing is true or false. What are you thinking here? You ready?
All right, right. Let's
Technically, Gotham is in New York City, and Metropolis is in Washington D.C.
False.
You're right.
Yeah, because Metropolis is like Chicago, isn't it?
Delaware, and Gotham City is in right, New Jersey. I knew if I would have just gave a true answer there, it would have threw you all off with Delaware. But Matt, that you are into the final question of the comic series. Are you ready? Well, just let me know when you're ready. I got all night.
You might, but
Smart guy. You do great things, people. You. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
And the score is 6-3.
Dick.
Wait a minute. All right, Matt, true or false? There are over 20 different types of kryptonite, including pink kryptonite, which gives Superman gay tendencies.
You would have to give me this one. I'm going to go what Herbert said. He said false. I'm going to go straight false.
That's true.
Oh,
it's true. Yes, it is. I knew it.
Herbert, you led me astray. So can you clarify the last one for me?
There is a pink kryptonite.
Okay.
That gives Superman gay tendencies. And I'm going to give you a fun fact.
I don't need any fun facts. I'm already riding this rainbow train.
Superman, for all you guys out there listening, Superman once had his mind controlled by a villain named Sleaze, who tricked the hero into recording a sex tape. That's true.
I kind of feel like that's what's going on right now. You guys are just slowly making me gonna take off my clothes.
Right? All right, so that finished up the comic section of it. Tony's leading right now, 6-3. Matt's gonna need
I gotta get
miracle.
I gotta get the
right
solid
there,
C out of my B, and I'll be good.
We're in the last section. It's one question apiece. 10 points. Is
Oh man, that's what I needed, baby.
Question. Matt, you can
Triple dare.
take the win right here. You can take the win here. And since Tony Twig is up, I'm going to make him go first. This section is called Let's Get Personal.
Let's get personal. All right,
Tony, are you ready?
Personal.
This is not a true or false. You have to give me an answer.
All right.
Are you ready?
Ready.
All right. When Matt first started snow skiing, what was his nickname he gave himself?
Oh god, please don't announce this on the web.
Snow skiing?
Yes, snow skiing.
Like when we took the skateboards and.
You can't clarify the question.
Get more into it. This is his first snow skiing experience, and he gave himself a nickname.
You know, first of all,
Brody, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
A nickname.
Oh, you do when it's this good.
Yeah. I'm gonna say New Fate.
Ah,
Hey,
no.
would be much better than what he actually gave himself, which is the wrong answer, Tony. It was the masturbator.
Let me clarify.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, there's
I
no
kinda remember that.
clarification.
There's perfect clarification. First off, let me set the precedence
What was
that
your
this.
band name, Matt?
What was my
your
what?
Band name.
My band name?
Yeah, what was your band name?
Cockright Anonymous. But let's not control ourselves off to that. Let's
No. What was your band name? Come on, come out with it.
Penguin Pump.
Penguin Pump. You did
Hey,
have
wait
that
a
one.
minute.
That was pretty
I
funny.
designed a CD cover for the Penguin Pump.
He did.
Matt.
No, okay. So the story is there's this awesome movie about we're all from Ohio, and there's this movie. It's about the Cleveland Indians, and basically there's a guy in the movie where he's basically throwing pitches. And he's got
Charlie
ones.
Sheen.
Charlie Sheen, yes. He throws the Terminator and the Annihilator. Well, he throws this one pitch, and the guy hits a home run, and he's like, call that the masturbator. And I was like, that sounds badass. I know what the Annihilator is. I know what the Terminator is. What's that? So then I proceed to go outside, and I'm starting to learn how to ski. And as I'm coming down the hill, my mom's coming across the front way there. And I say, hey, Mom, look at me. I'm the masturbator. And she said, shut the fuck up. There's people out. So needless to say, Tony, you are wrong.
I do
and
remember that. That's so hilarious.
yeah, that's the self-proclaim.
So
I mean,
Oh, it was.
I was
good. It
foreshadowing.
He
I was
does not live the
foreskin,
name
my
down,
foreshadowing of
really.
foreskin.
It's a family joke, really.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he ever
That's
enlightened you on the story, but
I forgot, but I
Not
forgot.
officially
But
online,
you
but
told such a great tale.
it was a tale of many woes.
all right. So Matt, your chance is right here. So it's in your hands. You can win this right now if you just answer one question about Tony correctly. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Tony was featured on a non-official Magic card. What was his name?
Tony was. Sean.
Did you Google that?
I'll tell you that afterwards. He knows because I forwarded to him, and we had a.
Yeah, but this was some time ago.
You don't remember you remember the Magic card.
I do. I know exactly what it looks like. He's pointing his gun
There you
at
go.
the
I'll tell you how I
terrorist.
found it is I wasn't sure how you spelled your name, if it was one S or two S. I was like, I'll Google it to see if it was actually
Right.
a name that was out there. I clicked on images. It's the second image if you Google Vasucci. And Matt, don't do that. I know what
No,
you're trying
Google
to
it.
do over there. Yeah, I knew I was
I
trying to
know
wait.
exactly
on
what
that.
this was. I'll tell you what it was for too.
I was there when the picture was taken. I know that.
I was there too. That was at
It was
my buddy
officer of
Mark's house.
something. I can't remember exactly. It was Vasucci officer.
Ooh.
The officer of pain.
Oh!
That's
Final
your
answer?
final answer. You
No,
already gave it away. Yes.
officer of death.
Oh, you Googled that shit.
Officer of pain.
Which one? We gotta need a final answer. You gotta say.
I don't
final
know.
answer.
I'm trying to play off the
You can't
crowd.
go- You can't go into.
I'll go with my first one. Officer of pain. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Final answer,
Yes.
Tony. Tell him.
It's Officer of Death.
Damn it.
You know what that
Okay,
was?
first, Tony. We need to know who created it
I
and
created
how
it.
it come about. Did you really? That
Oh.
was
Yeah, yeah.
awesome.
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna Google this shit right now.
Google it.
Dude,
Google
it-
it.
it's totally like that.
VSUCCI.
Google it.
Vasucci, and then you click on images.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the second image.
It is the second image. Oh my god.
I know it is, and it totally fucked me over. I'm like, what the fuck is Tony?
Tony,
That's it. That's the Tony I know.
did I take that picture? You were.
The first image is the Decepticon image, is what I put on almost everything.
Yeah, right. But that second image. Okay, we have a friend. His name is Michael Myers. He's
Real
not.
name?
He doesn't really murder people. But we were at a Halloween party at his house. Is that?
That we know of.
Did I take that picture?
Yeah, that was that picture.
Yeah.
What it was is I don't know. It was like 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
It was like 3 or 4 years ago, and Tony came as a U.S. military soldier, which he is. It's a true fact. Someone came as Osama bin Laden, and he decided to make himself a Magic the Gathering card, Vasucci, Officer of Death, not Officer of.
Well,
Pain.
what I made the card for, there was a contest for.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? Oh man, I can't even think of the podcast. Heavy Meta. There's tons of if you like Magic the Gathering, there's tons of podcasts out there, and these guys are doing this contest, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try to see if I can win. And I made that, and I got an honorable mention, but it didn't
Honorable
win. I was hoping it would.
Number one in our hearts.
It's way OP. It's way OP.
It's way OP. That's the problem with it.
Yeah. Well,
So,
that's- I'm
what's the
way-
final
that's-
score?
I'm way OP.
Oh, Oh,
Well, the final score,
their nose is way OP.
with
That's why I
Tony
won.
being the victorious champ tonight, 6-3.
Hmm.
Let's give it up for Tony Twigs.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
That was a good game, sir.
that
It's the
was
same
that was a
sound when I
great game.
fap.
Well, we're sitting here at almost 2.5 hours tonight, guys. That is awesome. That is freaking amazing. Doesn't even feel like that. So I think this is a good point to see what we're going to be doing this week. Let everybody know what we're doing. Put out our info again and call it a night. So Matt, what are you going to be doing as far as streaming this week?
Yep, guys, I'm gonna be Poots on Noobs, bloop, 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 right there. Monday, I'm gonna be doing Delver and Magic Maker. If you haven't seen those games before, they're both super fun. They're a little bit basic, but they have a lot of good content. And I don't see too many people streaming both those games, so I figured it'd be fun to do this week. So Monday nights, I'll tweet out exactly when it's going to start, but it'll be sometime after, probably around 10 p.m. or so, EST. Jeff, when are you streaming?
I'm going to be streaming Wednesday, and that's right here on the Biggs and Twigs Twitch page. Hopefully trying to finish up or getting closer to finish up Dying Light. Just trying to get another friend to get up almost to where we are, and that's where we're going to be taking over on Wednesday, hopefully.
And I don't know if anyone's ever watched any of the Dying Light, but watching Jeff's stream on the Dying Light is just hilarious. Hilarity ensues all the time. People that he's trying to help out, they don't follow him. He's trying to guide them to help them do things, and then there's the casual glitching throughout the game. It's just a hilarious cast altogether. What about you, Tony? What are you doing?
Definitely entertaining. After that marathon run on the Order 1886, I'm gonna not be doing that. I'm gonna try to be doing maybe a little bit of Destiny. I'm gonna see maybe play a couple of the PlayStation Plus games.
Oh, nice.
We'll see what comes out in the next week. Something else piques my interest. I might go out and grab it. But
So
I'm
so it
really
might
gonna be
change.
waiting. Yeah, we'll see. Mostly it'll probably be Destiny. I don't have those characters up on the PS4, so you can check me out right here on the Biggs and Twig channel. We'll be playing probably Destiny. And if you guys want to chat with me during the week, you can always catch me at Tony Twig, and or I'm also Vasucci on Twitch and pretty much any other place I'm Vasucci.
Just to clarify
All right.
to everyone that's watching the stream, the three of us will be casting on this stream, and in addition to our individual accounts as well. So if you guys like and favorite this account, you should be able to keep posted on when we go live, just like we do every Saturday at 11. So anything else, guys, before we head out?
Yeah, I just wanted to throw in too. If I have open room, I do play on the Xbox One. I know Tony's playing on PS4. Matt's on the PC side. And if we got room and nothing's really going on and we have room to get you in, we have no problems playing with you guys and having a good time. So, feel free to
absolutely.
stop out. I mean, no hard feelings if we don't have the room. Dying Light, you can only get 4 people in to play. I know I have at least 3 to 4 that will play with me at all times. But if I have the room, man, no problem getting you in.
Yeah, more the merrier, man. Let's definitely get more interaction here, and we'll let you guys play and take you guys through all the crazy
And-
hilarities that we'll have on games.
And I will not be here next week.
No.
Ooh, that's right.
Yes, I do have a prior involvement that I got to be into this next week, and you guys figure out what you're gonna do. Are we gonna get a guest in, or are you just
we-
gonna 2-man it?
We may have a guest. We'll have to figure out how this is going to go exactly. If Tony didn't fall asleep at 7, we kind of had some details for him.
Well, yeah.
We'll get to that later. But all in all, if it's just me and Tony, we'll have a good time. But I think we'll have a guest by that point. So if you guys just please tune in next week. Other than that, I'm Matt.
Tony Twig.
And I'm Jeff. Must be Cold Zero.
And thanks everyone for tuning in and watching our stream. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Please follow our channel, and we do this every Saturday. So thank you so much. That's it. Peace out.
See you guys later.
See ya.